The date was April 9th. It was probably around 7 a.m. at this point. I had woken up at 4 to drive to the Atlanta airport with my parents. We were going on a trip, but that's not what's important about this story. We were walking into the wrong terminal. It would be changed in promptly 30 minutes, but we were there to eat anyways. As I look out upon the sea of options that I had, I saw a crepe shop that also had breakfast smoothies. That was my first choice, but to my dismay it was closed. It wouldn't be open for another hour or so. I begrudgingly followed my father to the breakfast bowl and burrito shop across the way. Little did I know that I was about to have the best breakfast burrito of my entire life. It wasn't about the atmosphere, it wasn't that I was starving, I really wasn't hungry at all. And a breakfast burrito was probably the last thing that I would have wanted, but as I watched this underpaid worker make my burrito, asking me what I wanted and probably judging me for what I didn't want, but I knew what I wanted, and it wasn't salsa, it wasn't guacamole, it was the bare minimum, as I've always been a finicky eater. We check out, and there was a rude guy behind me arguing with his wife over napkins and where they were and why they didn't have any. But as most people in the airport, you just have to tune them out. We got our tray and we walked back to our seats. I bit into it. The spices on the potatoes, the spices on the eggs, the queso itself was spicy. I do not like spicy food. But it was delightful. The potatoes were the perfect amount of starch and blandness to cover up the spice, and the bacon on top of it. It wasn't crunchy, but it wasn't chewy either. It was perfect. And I didn't even finish it. I got a majority of the way through, but it was just that last third. I could not manage to eat it as I was full. I think about this breakfast burrito at least once a week. It was so delightfully amazing that it left a lasting impression on me. And what I've made here is just a sad imitation of what was. It would pale in comparison to the real version if you had it next to you. What I made wasn't bad, but it wasn't the same. Also, I burnt the bacon because I got mildly distracted by something. But it is here in my time that I've spent reflecting over this breakfast burrito. I've come to ask myself 3 questions. What is the meaning of life? Why do the chocolate chip cookies from Subway taste so good? And what in God's name was in that breakfast burrito?